Bernie Sanders held an event in Seattle a few days ago, and it was shut down by some Black Lives Matter protesters. Let's watch.
Thank you, Seattle, for being one of the most progressive cities in the United States of America.
We want an opportunity to address. We want an opportunity on the mic.
Well, ask him.
Get him in check or we're shutting this event down now. If you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down right now. Right now. Your decision. Make a decision now.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won.
We are going to let you on the mic. Okay. All right, so we are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable.
We are reasonable.
We are trying. We're going to let you on the mic. We are going to give you the mic. We will, after Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders.
Do not tell me what to do.
After Senator Sanders.
Sit down.
After Senator Sanders.
Sit down.
Okay. All right.
Let her speak.
All right.
Let her speak.
All right. We're shutting it down.
You might not even realize it, but you're doing the bidding of billionaires and racists. If you're shutting down a Bernie Sanders rally, you're not to the left of Bernie if you're doing that. You're not. The Koch brothers are somewhere twisting their evil mustache going, "Oh, yes, more of this. Now we must financially support these people in order for them to take down Bernie Sanders." There are racists in Mississippi who watch that and go, "Ha, go get him." Bottom line is, if you're attacking Bernie Sanders, you won't take yes for an answer. Because as I said the other day on the Kyle and Corin podcast, if you come to Bernie Sanders and you have a list of 10 policy proposals to end systemic racism, and you show him that list, I'd be willing to bet a significant amount of money that if he's not agreeing with 10 out of 10 of the policies that you propose, at the very least, he's agreeing with 8 out of 10. Now, meanwhile, maybe somebody like Hillary Clinton might only agree with 6 or 7 out of 10. Somebody like Donald Trump would agree with 0 out of 10. Somebody like, I don't know, you name the candidate on the right, Scott Walker, Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, 0 out of 10, 1 out of 10, something like that. So why is it you're taking the person who's your closest ally and you're shouting that person down? That doesn't make any sense. That's like Occupy Wall Street screaming at Elizabeth Warren, when Elizabeth Warren's point is, I agree with you. Yeah, but we're mad because of this, and this. I'm with you. Why do you hate the working class? But I said I like the working class. It's the same thing here. Black Lives Matter. Bernie's like, I agree. But they matter. Yeah, I agree with you. Fucking racist. But he's with you! And, okay, so the day after this happened, Bernie Sanders' campaign released very specific policy proposals as to how to deal with systemic racism. And some people are going, aha, it worked. No. Bernie Sanders already has advocated for all of these policy positions. If you didn't know that beforehand, it's just because you're ignorant of it. It's not like he decided yesterday after this, well, I guess I gotta address this problem now. No, he was addressing it the entire time, and you weren't listening. You were ignorant of the facts. Now, having said that, I have my own little conspiracy on this. I'm not even totally sold on this. I'm just throwing it out there because I saw some evidence that pointed in this direction. I can't even be totally sure that these people were part of the Black Lives Matter movement, because I saw 2 Facebook pages, both claiming to be from Black Lives Matter Seattle, which is where this was. One of them apologized to Bernie Sanders profusely and said, I have nothing to do with this. We have nothing to do with this. This is unacceptable. We agree with Bernie Sanders. It's not right. And then another one said, no, that was us, and here's why we're mad, and it went on to list a bunch of stuff that Bernie would agree with. And then they're like, yeah, so there, ha. So I don't know. Is it Black Lives Matter? Is it not Black Lives Matter? I'm going to leave that open to debate. But if it is Black Lives Matter, oh my goodness, did you miss the mark? Because you're just not taking yes for an answer. So let me give you some more specifics as to what Bernie Sanders has said in the past, policy-wise, to address systemic racism. And then we'll give some more details. So the four central types, this is a quote from him, the four central types of violence waged against black and brown Americans is physical, political, legal, and economic. Doesn't sound like he's against you, does it? Because he's not. And then he goes on to say, we should demilitarize the cops. We should have police body cameras on all police officers. We should end mandatory minimums for nonviolent crimes. We should allow former criminals to vote. And we should expand the Voting Rights Act. So again, as I said, going back to my original point, if those same people gave a sheet of paper to Bernie Sanders and said, hey, here are policy proposals. We think Black Lives Matter. Here's how we want to fight back against systemic racism. Bernie Sanders is agreeing, if not 10 out of 10, with if not 10 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10. So you're protesting the person who you agree with the most, and that simply doesn't make any sense. And I can't help but point out the irony of screaming. As you jump in front of the event to protest the event, you were screaming at the organizer, "We are reasonable! We are reasonable!" What? No, but the whole point of this was to be unreasonable. That's the whole idea of a protest, right? Hey, we want to be unreasonable. We want to shut this down because we disagree with the thing, even though you agree with Bernie Sanders. Oh, we disagree with them, so we're going to shut this down, but we're being reasonable with shutting it down. You're not being reasonable. The fuck are you talking about? And then, don't tell me what to do, they said. But wait, you're telling them what to do. Step aside and let us speak. So you're the one that's commanding them, and as you're commanding them, you're saying, stop commanding me. You stop commanding them. What the fuck? People came there to see Bernie Sanders and you're getting in the way? It's a totally different conversation if you go and you protest Jeb Bush, or you go and you protest Marco Rubio, or even Hillary Clinton. I mean, obviously your protest against Hillary Clinton shouldn't be as vociferous and, as disruptive as your protest against the Republicans because Hillary agrees with you more. But I get that. Like, if you want to, because there are real policy concerns there. There are real concerns that they care way more about the establishment than they do about black lives. But with a guy like Bernie Sanders, who's with you, he's been with you from day one, and he's been advocating policies that are for you from day one, for you to get in his way, that simply means you're ignorant to the facts. You don't know what he represents, and you decided to take somebody on when they agree with you, and you won't take yes for an answer. So I get it, man, and Bernie gets it. You're mad about Mike Brown. We're mad about Mike Brown. You're mad about Sandra Bland. We're mad about Sandra Bland. You're mad about Tamir Rice. We're mad about Tamir Rice. You go down the list of all the people, all the unarmed black people who were shot, who were killed by officers, who Eric Garner choked out for allegedly selling untaxed cigarettes. These are all horrendous injustices. We're dealing with the system that is racist. It has systemic racism embedded in it. And we're all trying to fight back against that. But when you stand up and you fight the people who are fighting against that, then aren't you de facto on the side of the people who are wrong? You would be. Whether or not you realize it, you would be. Like I said, the billionaires and the racists are like, yes, please attack him more.